You're watching Venture Forward, a video series about vehicle-supported adventure, backcountry exploration, and full-time mobile living. Join us as we discover scenic and interesting places both on and off the beaten path. It's mid-June 2022, and this week we're at OK4WD Drive in New Jersey for some welcome improvements to the Jeep. I'm getting a new Goose Gear plate system to replace my moldy water damage setup, and they're also going to replace my Come-Up Winch, which has a seized electric motor. Before we get started, this past Sunday was Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. To celebrate, Shannon and I went with my son Cole, my dad, my sister, and her family to Morgantown Coffee House. While we've been here in southeastern Pennsylvania, Morgantown Coffee House has quickly become one of our favorite hangs for both breakfast and coffee. So I'm going to make it a new addition to my list of favorite coffee shops in the Thatch app. I'll make a link to that list available in the description for this video, but if you're a traveler throughout the US and Canada, definitely check out that list if you're looking for a superb coffee experience. After breakfast, Shannon and I went on a Sunday drive in Orangie, and we found ourselves at Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site in Chester County. It wasn't a premeditated visit, so we didn't bring our camera gear, just our cell phones. But we immediately found it to be an interesting destination worth sharing. To quote the website, Hopewell Furnace showcases an early American iron plantation in operation between 1771 and 1883.
These are the cooling houses.
Uh-huh.
So the charcoal heat removed to cool down.
Oh, wow.
So you grew up around the corner from this.
Did, and I don't know that I've ever been here. I knew Hopewell Furnace was back here, even though I grew up around here, but we tend to overlook the things that are right in our backyard.
So true.
This building operated as an office/store from 1784 to the 1880s. Wow. Wow, you didn't have to go in, but definitely get an idea. An old blacksmith shop from 1775.
It's the oldest structure here, or one of the oldest structures here.
Really?
Yeah.
We have these in Skyrim.
Is that a CTX? CXT.
No, but this is a lot like the ones that you see around the North Main woods.
Oh yeah. Looks usable.
Yeah, there's, in lieu of toilet paper, there's corn cobs.
I see that was a stove there. Here instead of the open fire.
It's either pottery barn or cracker barrel.
Well, this looks comfy. Cozy. A little creepy. But that's okay. Such a beautiful day. Hopewell Furnace is well worth a visit if you find yourself in southeastern PA. Back in early 2018, I installed a Goose Gear plate system in my Jeep.
Goose Gear, if you're not familiar, manufactures high-quality plate systems and storage solutions for many popular trucks, dry campers, and SUVs. In the case of my Jeep Orangie, it gives me a really nice platform for standing, cooking, securing cargo, and storing gear. 5 years ago, however, I made a special request from Goose Gear that I'd come to regret. Normally, Goose Gear plate systems come textured black with a very rugged and durable protective coating. Instead, I asked for a bare wood system, thinking I'd treat it myself with a lovely varnish to keep its bright and natural appearance. While my heart was in the right place, my effort was in vain because not only was my own craftsmanship shoddy, but I completely sacrificed Goose Gear's durability in favor of an aesthetic. It's 5 years later and my original plate system is in sorry shape. Shifting cargo has long ago rubbed and worn its way through my lame varnish, and a leaky tailgate seal has warped the wood and created a lot of mold during the Jeep's hiatus in the Pacific Northwest. So as soon as I got Orangie back last month and saw the condition of my plates, I decided it was time to fix it. And while a skilled craftsman could probably have restored my original plate system, I wanted to refresh Orangie with the genuine product to show you exactly what you're getting from Goose Gear.
Just little ribs.
It's the first time that I've ever seen how the ductwork is routed for the Webasto Airtop 2000 STC, which lives in this compartment, goes through here, is fed up in there, comes out of the fender here, and exits up here around the base of the roll bar. This was a custom job. The guys at OK4WD installed it a couple years ago now. Only the slightest modifications are required to create a tunnel for the Webasto heater. So cross member beneath the Goose Gear platform needs to be cleared away just for right here.
Chauncey says we're going over to Steak Place.
I don't know, where's there a Texas Roadhouse?
I have no idea.
Under here?
Yep. Give me a cheeseburger and a pork roll with cheese, both with pickles, onions, or I'm sorry, pickles and mustard. all these? Oh, that's right. Those holes are for that. There's all these other holes. I guess it's to mount other stuff in.
Yeah.
3 3/4. 3 3/4.
Right now, Hal's installing my fridge tray right where it used to be on the old platform. These holes through the platform are breather holes for the Webasto heater, and they're out of sight when the refrigerator is in place. There it is, freshly installed Goose Gear plate system with the 60% rear seat delete, fender cubbies, all ready for a new adventure. 3 years ago, I had OK4 Drive install a Come-Up sealed Gen 2 9.5 SI, which is a 9,500 pound electric winch equipped with 100 feet of synthetic rope. I didn't choose this winch based on a recommendation. I just wanted to give it a try from a journalistic standpoint to gain some real-world experience with Come-Up, as it's being marketed as a premium winch and it's also gaining popularity among outfitters. Before this, I've always had Warn winches, and they've been fine, but I feel like it's a healthy practice to explore the market and test the competition from time to time. I didn't need the winch a lot at first. Every now and then I'd use it to move a fallen tree out of the way. Then one day in early 2020, I made a bad call in the mountains of Montana. I was exploring a high elevation mountain basin and I misjudged the severity of the weather conditions. The day before, the terrain was bone dry and the temperature had been in the 80s. So how bad could an impending snow be this early in the season? Well, I realized my mistake almost as soon as I descended into the basin, because in mere minutes the rocky primitive track was too slick to get out and I was trapped there for the night. I reported my situation to Shannon using my Garmin inReach, which allows me to send text messages via satellite, and then the next morning with clear skies, I put the Come-Up winch to work. Despite the winch's exceptional performance in the mountains of Montana, after about a year of ownership, I found that the electric motor would often need a gentle tap with my rubber mallet before it would start turning. I speculate that there's moisture in the motor and perhaps a little bit of rust that would cause it to seize after a period of disuse. And the longer the disuse, the more persuasion it would need to get going again. After I got the Jeep back from its long hiatus in Portland, no amount of whacking with the hammer seemed to fix it. And since a winch is a potentially life-saving piece of recovery equipment, it's time to replace it. This time I went with a Warn Zeon 10S, which, similar in spec to my Come-Up Winch, is a 10,000 pound model, also equipped with 100 feet of synthetic rope.
You have a half a second?
Sure.
See that thing up there on top, the hood wiggling?
Chris?
That watch, not Chris, the other thing wiggling. There, hold it. Let it come down a little bit. I guess we'll let it right there, and I'll put a zip tie down here so it doesn't fall. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, looking at the to-do list for Orangie's restoration, winch is complete, so test systems is complete, all systems are go. Clean mold, old Goose Gear is irrelevant, so I'm checking that off. I went to the laundromat, so the bedding is taken care of. New Goose Gear, install new system, modify platforms like old, so new Goose Gear is complete. And custom shelf, design/buy. That's not something I've had on camera yet, but Rin at OK4WD helped me design a custom shelf that's going to hold the bins in the back of Orangie. It's a very simple concept that I'm excited to share with you in a forthcoming episode that greatly enhances the flexibility of the living space inside the Jeep. I'm going to call that a wrap for the week. But points of interest from this week's episode are available on the Thatch app for iOS and Android, and detailed GPS data is available to Patreon subscribers. I'll put the links to Patreon and Thatch in the description for this video. As usual, thanks for following along, and we'll see you again next week.